Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike here with the watch list video for Tuesday, May 30th. Nice pop in the SPY on Friday. Real quick, we'll look at the intraday. Just a slow, steady climb. Very, very strong market right now. I think this weekend there's some maybe debt ceiling resolution. I don't know if that's already baked in. People say, oh, we're going to limit up on Tuesday. And I would argue, for one, I don't know if it's been completely ratified yet, but two, even if it has, this doesn't look like a scared market going into it, right? The market's held up really well. So you also could have a gap up and sell the news. So just always consider every possibility. Remember Mark Douglas's famous words, anything can happen. Couple highlights from Friday. PDSB, Joanne in chat as it was coming back up. Gave the idea back through 8 with the earlier high above as another catalyst. It broke 8. If you honored your stop, and by the way, my advice for the current market and the way I'm handling it is I'm avoiding the crazy low float, low price where the algos are just whipping them all over the place, right? Because we've seen it too much, and I don't have a feel for those. You can make a lot of money when you're on the right side, but things can go horribly wrong too. So I'm avoiding those and trading, if you will, the more normal stocks. And I'm placing a proper position size and honoring my original stop fully at peace if I get stopped out. And then you can just let the trade work or not work, right? Always trying to sell some into upside shape, which is a fun problem to have. And again, and maybe once I get some separation from my entry, then honoring the break, moving stop to break even. So then I view that as when you take a trade and it moves in your direction nicely, and then you can move your stop to break even and still hopefully have it climb for you. I view that as you're basically sitting on free shares, right? Because there's no longer any risk, barring some emergency, some catastrophe. You basically have free shares of the company. So I'm trying to get away from scalping and just selling into upside shape or at the closing bell or at a break-even stop again once I get separation. So that's my advice for the current market. And it's really easy to honor your original stop. Say it's 30 cents from your entry, 30 cents below your entry. It's easier to honor that if you use correct position size, right? So that you're fully at peace if you get stopped out. I can't emphasize that enough. I've been saying it for years, and I just can't emphasize it enough. So anyway, that was a neat call by Joanne, because back through 8, which happened there, stop would have been right down here, which did not get hit. It went to almost 9, so that was cool. And then Matt D gave TSM, which was Taiwan Semiconductor, a second mouse over 102, which happened literally right there, I think. Right here it hit 102. It had broken it earlier, so the second mouse occurred right there, and it ended up going to 104.44. I'm going to slide a screenshot over just to show you that I liked it enough. I took it, got long at 102. My stop, honored it. Actually, my stop was right about there. I think I was risking 38.40 cents, something like that, and just let it work, right? There were some sells. I'm not going to, this was my best sell, I think, is at 114.01. One of my favorite sells, and I'll show you in a second when I get this out of the way, here, let me just finish. 104.01 was my best sell, but that doesn't mean there weren't some in between. I just didn't put them all in there. There was some 102.75 ish, 103.50, and then my best sell. Now, why do I say one of my best sells occurred probably right about here? Nothing spectacular about it. It wasn't into upside shape, but I'm just proud of myself because you guys know me. I am not known for holding something all day. I kept my final shares, and the only reason I sold here, I was going to sell at the closing bell, was I had that feeling nothing's going to move the rest of the day into a holiday weekend. So I was leaving 20 to 30 minutes early, so I sold my last bit there. I call that one of my best sells because I'm just proud that I held it all day. Been really, really working on that. Wayne's voice is in my head all the time with those hold some habits, and I am getting vastly better at it than I used to be. And I'm happy to answer any questions about that during the Q&A on what I'm doing to improve my hold some habits. I'm happy to help others do it as well. All right, so anyway, there's a couple highlights, and let me just rip out the watch list. PDSB, strong volume, pretty strong close. We're going to watch that on Friday, on Tuesday. RCUS, nice breakout and closed and topped at the half. So interesting, over 22.50 on Tuesday. XMTR, my sleeper pick again. I've been showing you guys this chart is super interesting. But even this run on Friday went from 1738 to 1889. That's a nice move, right? But still not even a million shares. So it's definitely a sleeper. But it's a handsome chart, so I am going to keep it on watch. MRVL, big breakout on Friday. I definitely want to watch that for a follow-through setup. PRST, big volume, big move on Friday. ALAR, I think this is in the cybersecurity space, which was really hot on Friday. I think what's that ETF that's cybersecurity? Hack, that's right. Hack, kind of a little baby breakout. So anyway, cybersecurity plays strong, and ALAR got noticed on Friday. I don't think they actually had a specific headline, but you also noticed it closed well off its highs. Won't keep me from putting it on a chart. RNG, nice volume, nice little mini breakout. I'm going to watch that one. BJ's Wholesale Club, which is BJ, just another red day. I've been watching this for a bounce for like 2 or 3 days. And it hasn't given any kind of setup. And it's not a pretty daily chart. Again, as a day trader, sometimes something gets ahead of itself and then you get a snapback in the other direction. So that's why it's on watch just for a trade. IEP really beaten up, still on bounce watch, no triggers on it on Friday. CRVS right down there into the buy zone now after a really strong move here. Now we're 4 or 5 days down in a row, right into the middle of that buy zone. So I like that one for a possible bounce on Tuesday. GSIT is in the AI space. And so it's back down to the 8-day. AI plays really strong. Look at AI, look at PLTR, very strong on Friday. So, and I think NVIDIA played a big role in that, what NVIDIA has been saying about AI. So back to GSIT, it's in that space. So I'm going to put that on bounce watch. And then APLD, same thing. Really strong AI play, a couple red days in a row for both of those. So those go on bounce watch. I'm done babbling. We'll see everybody in the chat room on Tuesday morning.